What up, guys? It's Cobalt, and some exciting things are happening. First off, as of filming right now, it is Thursday, March 19th, and I am $34 away from hitting $10,000 gross sales for my 90-day total, which is amazing because the most I've ever gotten on eBay was 4K. I'm feeling confident that I can hit that. So, yeah, I saw that today and I was like, I better turn on this video so you guys can see a rare sighting of me excited and full of energy. Okay, last night I was talking with ChatGPT about my pricing strategy. The way my store is set up is it's an automatic 7% coupon on newly listed items. This gets me from like the second to third lowest to the lowest in most cases, so the buyer can feel like they are getting a deal and maybe can see visually that I'm willing to negotiate. Then 30 days, 20% off, 60 days, 40% off, 90 days, 60% off. And then I am in the process of looking for people that sell on Whatnot that is open to doing a 50-50 split with me, because I have no desire to sell things live. Like, no. I will give you my leftover product that I can't move, and you will sell it on Whatnot, or they will sell it on Whatnot, and we will split the profits. So I have one person who is already on the hook that is open to doing that. The only issue is that they live across the US, and so I'm not sure with shipping if it's going to be worth doing that. So TBD. All right, so that was the current structure. And last night I realized I did the math wrong, and that schedule was actually taking me down 4 months worth of days. Because if I wasn't starting the 20% till day 30, everything was just behind a month. So anyways, I went back to ChatGPT and I wanted to talk to them about pricing. And like, for example, my coach who sells or used to sell in a more saturated category of clothing usually priced things the lowest and then had additional coupons on top of that to make himself even lower. And he moved a lot of product, but he also moved on lower margins, whereas I kind of am attracted to the more higher dollar amount and am willing to hold on to things a little bit longer. And I know that's probably just a difference in personality types. I am a bit bougie and he is a bit not as bougie. So it might just be that. It also could just be me, noob status, thinking like, it's okay to hold on to things, and him like veteran status of like, let it go, you can find 50 more. So anyways, that's just kind of where we're at. Surprisingly, chat was like, you guys sell in different categories. You're in collectibles. You are selling to people who are emotional. I was like, oh my God, I'm also emotional. Like, I found my people. They are my people. Anyways, they're like, you sell to people who are emotional, that are willing to spend more money, that also want to negotiate. And I'm like, oh my God, this is me. Didn't know that. So anyways, they were like, keep your strategy as is. You're doing great. Now, let's fix your markdown strategy, because you're right. You are not on a 90-day path that you thought because your math is wrong. So we were able to squish down my markdown so that I am actually now in a 90-day period. And then day 91, I will remove the items from the shop and I will send it to my Whatnot person. And I've talked about this in the group, and other people who have sold plush longer than me have given me the feedback that I should be doing this off of a at least 6-month schedule, not 3 months. But YOLO. Like, I don't know who made the rules, but I'm ready to just break them all. So I'm just doing whatever I want to, really. And I've decided I only want to hold on to items for 3 months. Then I can flush them out of the store. I can have that space back to refill it with better items now that I've become and have evolved into a better picker. let's just get to the sales, and then I want to talk about ASP. All right. I sold this squishable. It's called a rainbow jumping spider. It's from 2017. And when I picked it up, there was only one other listed. It's retired, and so apparently it's rare. And here it is. It's pretty big. Here's the top of it. Side. Front. Oh, let me go back down. Has this here. I can show now. It has that big fat tag we talked about with the dots around it. You guys actually helped me because this whole time I thought squishable, and this tag specifically, was the vintage version. I mean, it does look a little vintage, like gray, kind of washed out, embroidered, like. I thought this was the vintage tag of Squishmallows. But I learned after talking about it on this call that they are actually two different brands. So I don't think this is actually vintage. Let's do the math. Vintage is 20 years. This was born in 2017. I think that's like 10 years. You gotta remember, I'm an art kid, guys. I'm pretty bad at math. Anyways, this guy's not vintage, and this tag is not vintage either. And Squishable is a totally different company than Squishmallows. So the more you know. So this kind of goes back, right, to my squish down markdown strategy. When I squished it down, I made my markdowns shorter and I moved a lot of items. So this is one that went from my 0 to 30, so 7% off sale, to my 20% off sale. And that happened last night. So the store had time to index. Remember, I was telling you guys it takes about 12 hours. And then this morning, I got a sale for this guy, and my buyer paid $80 and $12 shipping. So that helped me, close the gap. The second one I sold was this raccoon. You guys might know the character. He is called Little King Trashmouth. He is from Bob's Burgers. He's limited edition, so that means he's worth money. And on the website, he's listed for $35, but he's sold out. So what did I do as a bougie reseller? Well, I listed him. And I was the only one on the platform, by the way. I started at $300. And I would accept way less because this guy came out of a thrift store for probably $5. But when you're the only one listed, you control the market. You can list high to the sky, and you can just wait for your buyer to come by and make you an offer for what they want to pay. I did try going to a collector group. I learned that this guy, I actually wasn't sure. He came with a crown. Some of them were felt crowns. Some of them were paper crowns. But he doesn't have, usually if a plush comes with something and it has been removed, like it's fallen off or something, there's usually some yarn or something that are sticking out to show you that it once, held something. And this guy doesn't have anything. So I wasn't sure if he was incomplete or just a different version. But he does have the Bob's Burgers tag. So he's a licensed product. I just wasn't sure what the original look of him was. Anyways, listed him for $300. He got put in the markdown sale. I also lowered it by about $50 because I was like, 300 is really high. And somebody made me an offer today for $100. And there has just been watchers on this item, probably because it was priced too high. Anyways, I accepted. So Mr. Little King Trashmouth is now going to somebody for $100. And I believe they also paid $12 shipping. So yeah, just two characters. As a reminder, because I talked a lot, one was $80, the spider. The raccoon was $100. That's why I'm only $34 away. And that is why I love selling plush. You know, like some of this is like popular culture. Some of this is just really weird items. By the way, I don't know if I saw it. I just noticed my little spider has this on the back. I don't know what that is, but I love that it was included in this weird looking blush. Last exciting thing I want to talk about is my ASP. I brought my desire to raise my ASP, my average sale price, up in my toy call. And I was coming from the place of like, you know, my current ASP with selling books and pens and stuff, which are lower priced items. I know they're skewing my ASP down. The data shows I'm at $35 and I'm profiting $20 from that. But once you take out cost of goods, it's like 15 something, like 1546, I think, which I wanted to raise. Like, you know, I am spending so much time to find these higher priced items that I really want to be paid handsomely for them. I was talking to the coach of that call, and he basically was like, go for it. He's like, I think this is fascinating that you are just like striving for this, you know, high ASP. Like, just keep going. And he was validating that, like, if I shoot for 60 and I miss, I could still raise my ASP from 35 to 50 or 55. And then he asked me a really interesting question. And he was like, have you audited your store to find out what your ASP is for plush only? And I don't know why I didn't think to do that, but I went ahead and did that last night. And I was shocked. For anybody who else is curious, this is what ChatGPT told me to do, and they're way smarter than me at this point. So I just do what they say and hope for the best. All right, they told me to go to my payments, reports, and then you can filter by month. So I did like for the full year because I started selling plush in January. And then you download a CSV. I gave the CSV then to ChatGPT to parse out all the data. And from there, they were able to pull out all the data, right? My items are mixed with like random stuff that I pick up when I'm squirrel brained. And they had a genius idea. They were like, do you have in your plush titles the word plush? And in like 98% of my listings, I do put the word plush, even if it's a stuffed animal, because it's easier for me to find it. So anyways, I was like, yes, I do that. So they were able to then narrow it down to just plush and then average it over the last 3 months. Guess what my ASP really is, guys? My ASP really is $52. I'm killing it. And I didn't know. So it's not a jump from 35 to 60 like I originally thought. I was thinking this was going to take months. And also, there's not all this stress that I was putting on myself about like, I need to be more like focused when I'm sourcing. If I'm already selling at $52, then like I don't really need to change anything. 60 is just a vanity number. I'm really happy if I'm making $40 an item and my ASP is like 52 to 55. Yes, I don't need 60. So I'm really happy with that. And I don't have to change anything. I just get to keep doing what I've been doing, not stress out, and just have fun. So I'm really excited. I feel like some pressure got released when I did that data set. Okay, so I really want clean data. I want to look at what I'm doing every month and see that my ASP is $52. Like, absolutely. And I also am like, I had all of these squirrel brain moments that I did out of a scarcity mindset, and I don't need to do that anymore. I can focus in on plush. I'm getting good. I'm getting faster, and I could just go to another store. Amazing discoveries have happened in the last 24 hours, and I am ready to just kill it. Onwards and upwards. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.